Hey guys, Hidden Azeroth here, and this week we're going to get outside of Highmaul and explore the area surrounding it. Now this exploration is really easy. All you've got to do is kill Kargath, run through the tunnel that opens up, and before you reach the Butcher, make a sharp right and head towards the front gates of Highmaul. Now I've killed a few packs of mobs ahead of time, but they're relatively easy to get down. Approaching the front gate, you're going to see a pair of ogres fighting an endless wave of pale orcs. You don't have to kill these ogres, and you can see something cool if you let them live. Passing to the right of the ogres, we're going to jump along the stonework to get to the wall of the city. And there's no invisible walls, so all you have to do is mount up and run out through the stream system. Now if you kept the ogres by the front gate alive, you're going to see a constantly spawning army of pale orcs. They're untargetable, but they'll stop spawning if you kill the ogres. Approaching the front gate, we come across a summoning stone like the one we found in the End Time dungeon last week. However, unlike that stone, this one is non-interactable and cannot be clicked. While the instance portal is missing, the invisible wall is still present, preventing us from exploring the staircase. Oshugun has not been rendered, causing there to be a large hole in the floor. As you approach the hole, be careful. Unlike the external boundaries, there's no invisible walls here and you can fall off the edge. If you fall off the edge, you'll be considered as being in null space and disconnected. Wait a few minutes and you'll be teleported back to the entrance. Traveling south, we enter the Spirit Grotto. Inside, the chat changes from General Highmaul to General Nagrand. Additionally, the skybox changes from Void Purple to the default Nagrand skybox. Heading back north, the skybox reverts to its normal purple. The mountains just left of the grotto can be climbed, allowing you to access Iron Fist Harbor. The traditional entry and exit to Iron Fist Harbor is beyond the rendered boundary, meaning that you won't be able to get out that way. Therefore, if you jump down, you'll have to have a water walking mount or be willing to swim back along the coastline. Interestingly, despite being farther south than the grotto, the default Nagrand skybox has still been overridden by the Highmaul skybox. Unlike typical rendered boundaries, which are blank, the rendered boundaries along Highmaul have fake water around it. This is because players can look out over the ocean on the higher levels of the raid. To leave Iron Fist Harbor, get on a water walking mount and head back along the coastline. Traveling west, we reach the farthest rendered edge of Nagrand and can see that the fake ocean travels all the way around the raid. Passing through the Horde Hub Riverside Post, the Roast Clefthoof is still present. However, the water is missing from the river as we cross the bridge to the ruins of Nagrand. This is because water has only been added to the half of a raid that can be seen from inside of Highmaul. One such boundary for the water can be found here. Minus the obvious absence of orcs, Mokgal Watchpost is the same as it appears in-game. Traveling up a broken precipice, the various corpses as well as the solidified tree ends are both missing. Brokio's throne is empty. Feel free to sit on it and declare yourself king or queen of the precipice. The balcony overlooks the Gorian Strand, where you can see Brackenspore fighting the Iron Horde invaders, as well as the ship that they came in on. Heading down the cliff face, hop on a water walking mount, and you can explore both the ship and the surrounding area. You can easily climb the ship by running up the front and then jumping at the top to get on deck. Traveling down the nearest dock of Highmaul Harbor, we can look over the balcony and see the Brackenspore fight area in more detail. Turning our camera upwards, we can see the highest tiers of the city looming above. Continue to travel around the exterior boundary of Highmaul until you reach a small island next to the shore. There's nothing of particular interest on the island besides a small cave, a cage, and 2 skeletons. Using the island as a marker, head to the tip of the shoreline and attempt to climb up onto the grassy hill. From here, simply travel up the hill. It's a relatively easy climb and will take you to the top tier of the city. Looking down, you can see that the hill has taken us almost straight up the cliff face. Turning our camera upwards, you can see we're at the base of the tower where we fight Imperator Margok. Cresting the hill, you can see we've reached the walkway to where you face between Nagrand. However, this is not considered a skip, because the only boss needed to be killed to reach the Nagrand is Kargaf, who we already had to kill to get here. Traveling down the next tier of the city, we approach a decorative section which is unreachable from a regular raid. While there are mobs present in this section of the city in the overworld version of Highmaul, the instance version is empty. The inside of this building is unfinished, with a matte black void being blocked by an invisible wall. In the overworld, this building is blocked by a gate. The insides of the other buildings have been decorated with default Highmaul furniture. A glowing blue brazier sits at the center of the final building. On live, it's surrounded by 3 ogre sorcerers. Looking down at the lower tiers of the city, we see Highmaul guards fighting with Cho'Gall's forces as void bolts rain from the sky. So, whether you're an avid explorer, or you just want to watch chaos unfold in the city streets, the instant zone outside of Highmaul is well worth a visit. And as always, thanks for watching.